The Bengals have one more game to win to just maybe make it to the playoffs, but the NFL put them at a great disadvantage in scheduling their upcoming game. And in this video, I'll explain exactly what the Bengals are now up against. Hi again, Bengals fans. John Sheeran of A to Z Sports Cincinnati here, wishing you a happy early new year. The calendar may be turning from 2024 to 2025, but nothing's really changing for the Cincinnati Bengals this week, as they've been in the playoffs essentially since the beginning of this month. It is kind of hard to believe that it was just 4 weeks ago when the Bengals played the Steelers for the first time this season. They lost their third consecutive game, fell to 4-8, and any margin of error that they had about making the playoffs was officially eliminated with that loss. The Bengals have played 4 games since then and won all 4. If they had lost any one of them, they would have been eliminated from playoff contention. We would have already been moved on to 2025. But here they are, winners of 4 straight, about to take on the Steelers once again. When you've been operating in a true do-or-die mode for a month, nothing is supposed to be easy. But my God, the NFL is certainly making it harder for the Bengals to get into the playoffs now. The NFL decided to schedule the Bengals Week 18 game in Pittsburgh for Saturday night at 8 p.m. And that does make sense when you think about when these teams last played. The Steelers last played on Wednesday on Christmas Day, so they're going to have more than a week's time of rest before kickoff. And the Bengals played on Saturday, so they're going to have a full week's rest as well. But this decision does give the Bengals a total of 6 primetime games this year. And that's not a problem until you consider that 5 of them will have been on the road. 5 road primetime games have never been played by a single team in a single season ever until the Bengals do it on Saturday night. Primetime games used to be the bane of the Bengals' existence under Marvin Lewis. It's not been the case with Zach Taylor and Joe Burrow, but 83% of your 6 primetime games being on the road in a hostile environment, that's never been done before, and frankly, there's a reason why. NFL teams are 22-34 this year on the road in primetime games. Now, the good news is the Bengals are one of 5 teams this year with multiple wins on the road in primetime as they beat the New York Giants and Dallas Cowboys. The bad news is, like I just said, no team has ever had to do this 5 times in a single season. So yes, the Bengals have had success this year winning on the road in primetime games, but you know where they haven't had success in the entirety of the Zach Taylor era? Winning on the road in primetime against AFC North teams. And this is not a Bengals specific problem by any means. Since 2019, which was Zach Taylor's first year, there have been 15 AFC North matchups in primetime. The road team has only won 2 of them. The AFC North is renowned for its competitiveness and its rivalries. Whenever 2 teams from this division face off against each other, you never really know what's going to happen. This is the one scenario in which there is a clear advantage on one side. And just for good measure, the last time the Bengals beat the Steelers in primetime in Pittsburgh was in 1995. That was 1 year before Joe Burrow was born. I've personally lost track on the things that Joe Burrow has to do for this team that hasn't been done since his existence, but I guess one more won't hurt. If the Bengals do beat the Steelers on Saturday night, and the Denver Broncos and Miami Dolphins both lose Sunday afternoon, then the Bengals will have definitely earned that final seed in the AFC playoff bracket. It'll just take some minor history to be made in order to get there. What else is new?